Be amazing.
I don't think it's going to happen if we go to Shrines, because Kerrigan throws a wrench in that. On Tomb, we could see it. Our Tan's really strong there. EDC could be prioritized in the same way.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I think there's a high chance we see the same draft actually on either map, because both these teams seem to think this is just the way to play on almost any map in terms of large maps. 2 back-to-back large maps we saw there. Here we go, and it will be Infernal Shrines.
It is Infernal Shrines indeed, and Kerrigan very, very highly up in the draft, even banned from the beginning. And a lot of wave clear heroes like Johanna, Gul'dan will be up on the list of picks or banned as you go into game number 5. And this is, of course, MVP Miracles map choice, as Raven did take that first pick first ban after losing game number 4.
Yep. And the only other map that I mentioned was Towers of Doom, but we're not going there. This is going to be Miracle's last pick here. They take 3 of the 5 maps as a result from winning, or actually losing that coin toss at the beginning. Trying to save my energy here, G-Clef, as we get to this. My voice is pretty dead after those H82 plays. All right, Infernal Shrines. Here comes the draft. We're going to see that Tassadar ban. It obviously can't be exactly identical because it's not first pick for Miracle.
It has to be different this time. The Kerrigan will very likely to be banned off away, and we might actually see Vala come again from MVP Miracle this time. They've been favoring Falstad instead, having that global presence, but not.
Raven's gonna ban the Tassadar again. Miracle could ban Zarya, and we end up with like a reverse draft the same way. It's so hard to actually, with priority and how it works, have exactly the same draft reversed. It's almost impossible, but we'll see if Miracle wants to allow it. I suppose technically it is possible. You can alter the draft to have both teams have the same heroes they had the last time, which won't be in the same order. They may leave Zarya open, and that's what they're going to do. They want that Vala pick. They really, really want it, and Raven knows it. And Miracle's been picking Vala more than any other team in these glass cannon compositions all tournament long, so if you're Raven here, maybe you just first pick Vala or Zarya, either one, and stop that combo.
Yeah, Zarya is open, and Raven.
Hamlin's in a good mood, man. He's having a good time.
Yeah, they got 2 maps of MVP Miracle. They should be feeling pretty good at the moment. Zarya, I don't think they have ever used Zarya yet. I'm looking down the list, and I do see Hamlin did use Zarya twice only.
Pretty low count.
Very low count, as Zarya is very often banned from the draft also.
All right. Ooh, the laugh. Oh, man. The lock-in. Dami's not getting that Zero till this time, but he may get a Vala Zarya. If Miracle's draft history has shown us anything, shows they really like that. So would not be surprised if that is the route that Miracle takes. They follow that map that they've been following. You know, this is the first season we've had both MVP teams where they haven't looked almost identical to Black in every way. They've shown some real personality in this season, despite the fact that they're rumored to exclusively scrim with MVP Black. This time it doesn't feel like the meta is locked in. They have their own style. Will we see Vala with this? I think so. There she is.
Yep, they locked down on Tassadar, but that was not enough. Zarya is available for that extra shield, just like Tassadar. And if Zarya is open, I would rather have teams. This is my personal opinion on rather picking on Tassadar and not having that damage, but same shield. I would rather have Zarya over Tassadar with that same shield, but more damage, wave clear, and also expulsion zone to zone out the enemies. I think that's a lot stronger comparing to waiting Tassadar to be level 10 and turning into Archon.
And if you could go back in time and ban Zarya instead of Tassadar in this situation, you absolutely would. But they couldn't have known that Miracle would ban Varian like this. It was more likely, of course, because we have. This is why this is such a cool dynamic that we have in Here's the Storm. The first ban going to Raven makes this a little bit different of a situation. You can't stop the pairing unless you take a piece of it in your first pick. They prioritized the Zeratul Deny over the Zarya Vala, and I think this may come back to bite them. We see the Gul'dan, or excuse me, not the Gul'dan, the Diablo ban here as the Gul'dan comes in. So both teams taking away the trinity, basically, of what they're working at here. The Void Prison into the Apocalypse, Root, etc., taken away by Miracle, and then the Vala, Zarya, Auriel, Trinity, taken away here with the Auriel ban. So these bans are textbook as all get out, and here comes the Kerrigan. Now this is one of the other reasons why as well is so strong. We talked about this yesterday as the two queens comp comes out, Zarya plus Kerrigan, and they had a lot more you know, shielding in that last game. We'll see if it works this time. I like where Miracle is going with this, and I don't know if Raven's going to be experienced enough to deal with this type of composition that Miracle has played more often than anybody else.
Yeah, Raven, they have to have a strong lineup in the front warrior line, especially having Vala and Kerrigan on the other side. Miracle can even go Karazim or even Morales if they want to have that sustained fight against Malfurion too.
Will we see potentially a Medivh pick here? Leave Gul'dan solo range damage to protect against whoever gets Kerrigan comboed. We've seen that before. It's tough, man. HA2's on Zeratul this time. No Artanis. Johanna and Nova! What? That must have been a bug, right? Look at Dami's face.
It actually may be a random pick from what we saw.
I think they had time left. I think they had like 3 or 4 seconds left.
No, it was 0.
Was it 0?
It may have been a random pick, but random pick Nova does not feel like a random pick to me. I think that was actually... Okay, we've got confirmation that that was the lock-in.
It was lock-in.
It was not a random pick.
I didn't think so. Oh my
First time
God.
Nova in years of Korea.
This is the first time Nova's been played at OGN ever. Since 2015, since OGN Season 1. This is the first time we're going to see Nova in a competitive match. Now,
oh my goodness.
I feel this is actually a really weak pick. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit later as we get into the game, but the last pick here for Miracle, they're looking for some sort of support. It's going to be the Rhaegar. Karazim was available, but they want the burst heal, not the palm. There's 2 ways to save Vala here. The shield's going to hopefully keep Vala alive long enough for Rhaegar to get the Ancestral off, and you get more value out of the Ancestral. The other cool thing about Ancestral is you're not actually in stasis while the heal goes off if you have the proper shielding. So it's kind of an all-in pick. The palm can be a big save mechanic, but they have shielding to keep Vala alive. The question is, will it be Vala or Kerrigan who's the target of the Ancestral? We have our very first pick in 3 years of OGN Heroes in Nova. We're going to this game, the 5th and final game between Miracle and Raven, to decide the winner. In blue, MVP Miracle, Honkono on ETC, Dami on Kerrigan, Sniper on Zarya, Crazy moving on Vala, and Darvish on Rhaegar.
In red, the last game, Raven, Joju on Malfurion, Hamlin on Zeratul, NMX on Nova, DeYoung on Gul'dan, H82 on Johanna.
We saw NMX laughing a lot in that draft screen. Like, he was cracking up. Like, they were really like, are we going to do this? I think we're doing this. This feels very planned.
And it's Widowmaker.
Yes, it's a Widowmaker Nova.
It's
So
gonna snipe.
I want to point out that DeYoung is also playing Gul'dan. This is a swap because he's not playing tank, which he normally does. I think that means H82 must be on the Johanna. I actually was like thinking about some other stuff when you said it out earlier, so I don't actually know for sure, but I assume that's the case. The reason why I find Nova in this double cloak composition to be a little bit suspect is that Nova does single target damage incredibly well. DeYoung's going to get caught here. Nova does incredible single target damage, which is then mitigated so well by Zarya's shields. Zarya, Tassadar are two great counters to Nova. You're going to be very hard-pressed to find a pick. And if you do, obviously, it's great, it's amazing, you get that pick, and then Nova does some serious, consistent damage otherwise. Like, she actually does do a decent amount of damage. But I'm skeptical, okay? The last time we saw Nova in a pro match was in BlizzCon. It was picked by the Taiwanese team. Please buff Arthas, and what was a pretty flashy map against MVP Black. So that one, she got a decent amount of kills, to be honest, but we'll see if this works out. I'm not too excited about it.
Yeah, they really have to focus on one target and really get on that pick. If they don't get the kill at the end, it's just worth basically nothing because they can heal so fast. And Nova, all she has is burst damage, one target, that's it. And then after like 7 to 8 seconds, she can't really do much. So they really have to focus. And here comes Nova. See, she can't really do too much. Just auto attack a few times.
There's so many ways to save crazy moving in terms of even blocking with your body. There's no argument for triple tap here. And even her, pulse, her global is super. It's just not. There are better options out there for damage. And look, let's see how this plays out. Like, I do feel like this is going to be really fun, and there's potential for picks. Well, Miracle is a team of champions, as I said, and this is going to be very hit or miss. As we go into this first shrine control, we spent this entire time talking about why Nova may or may not be viable, more on the not side. But Dami gets a free shrine here, completely uncontested. They're going to try to time it here, perhaps with Mercs, because they're saving this. Okay, nope, just go ahead and commit it. And Hamlin comes in, trying to get the pick on the crazy moving. There's just so much to do to shield. Hamlin actually dodges that combo like a god, though. Looks like he's going to get killed anyways. Honkono was ready for the stun there, but some cool plays nonetheless. First, Punisher going straight down mid. Already no turret ammo here, so going to get a pretty decent amount of damage done to this fort.
And notice the reason why we're really talking negative on Nova, because she can cheese stealth, she can get help getting the pick with Zeratul if used right. But Dami from the beginning, he was being super protective, and Nova has close to 0 wave clear. She is so slow. Even Rehgar or Karazim or any other support will be so much faster than her when it comes to wave clear.
Literally worst wave clear in the game. Like, Abathur has better wave clear.
Abathur actually has pretty good wave clear.
I just mean if he wasn't using his abilities,
yeah.
he's like got better wave clear, okay? So, like, if Abathur's Slapathur, I should say, has better wave clear. I'm being facetious, but I mean, Nova has none. And so basically when she's not getting a gank, she's just standing there hoping to soak without showing herself, maybe get a lucky pick. She can't, like, you have Nova and Zeratul, in terms of roaming, fill the same role. If you roam together, you're missing in a lane, which means you're missing ASP, you're missing soaking, and you're missing that wave clear, as you just said. So, honestly, I can't even say, in theory, this is really cool, because it's just, in theory, also incorrect. What I was hoping for, which we haven't seen yet, as we're going to see another pick here onto Diong, what I was hoping for is something I haven't seen yet. I was hoping we were going to learn something about why this actually would make sense. But so far, it has not been the case. Miracle has dominated this game so far, and they are just soaking, pushing lanes. They're dominating all three. Joju's like down here trying to clear this by himself. That's a sign of where we're at in this game. All 3 lanes dominated by Miracle, and they're just waiting for that next shrine or level 10, whichever comes first.
Yeah, with that, Nova has not been really making that flashy moves yet, as we haven't seen any kills coming out from Raven, and it was mostly Diong going all the way in, as he used to play tank all 4 games, and now he suddenly switched into Gul'dan. He's going to have a hard time positioning himself.
Hamlin is also normally ranged flex, is playing a totally off role here on Zeratul. So they've... I mean, it's like you turn the dollhouse upside down. Nothing makes sense anymore. And what's left is 2 stealths trying to find picks, unsuccessful. They're going to trade this top shrine for this bottom fort, at least as much of the damage as they can get on it. They're just going to let that top go. They're threatening a little bit with a Zeratul over there, but that's it. As if I'm not mistaken, Nova is also bot, I guess, to help maybe perhaps defend anyone who'd come to pressure them. But this is a big win for Miracle, and they're actually not even going to take the Punisher right away, so that they can get this for free, and then a keep wall will be damaged for the Punisher to come in. And they're going to find a lot of value here. Nova does go for her Pulse. It's not going to be any triple tap shenaniganry. Falling Sword could be taken for Johanna because she's hiding right now. Or maybe maybe HGC just not that familiar with the hero and is not entirely sure what the best route is here.
I think that's actually a possibility as we saw Falling Sword coming out. It is Falling Sword!
Here we go.
Coming out, we saw from you sometimes, and it's going to be all in, dive in, Void Prison. Let's see the combo here.
Okay, here we go!
The Pulse did miss by a little bit.
Large margin here, as now Expulsion Zone and the combo is going to be the wipe for the win. At least we got to see the combo. We got to see the combo one time. I guess they can't quite finish here, only 2 dead. Not a full wipe, but they didn't commit to it any further. But they got 2. Zeratul got away. So not quite the win there. In fact, not even a keep. But now we see why they did this. The Falling Sword, Void Prison, Pulse. Didn't work the first time. They're going to have a few more opportunities to try it, especially with the keep still alive. I'm trying to laugh as I cast this game, but we'll see what happens, man. I really try not to pass judgment.
I really love how they're being creative on these Wombo combos because they knew that Diablo was going to be banned out later on or not used. So they went around and picked Nova. If that actually went in, that would have been a lot more damage onto Miracle.
I mean, Gul'dan also has quite a bit with this as well, right? So it's combo Nova, I guess. Okay, so we figured this out. If only they had Gazlo too, we'd for sure have the best team for a single combo Gravo Bomb. Right now, Miracle is basically just farming the map, as Raven is kind of getting some soak in other lanes. DeYoung just got top wave. He's rotating down now. Alcano is super far over here, but there's just nothing they can do to punish him. Void, here we go. Part 2. Will it happen?
That actually did connect very well, but so much shield coming out from MVP Miracle. Horrify, and then Big Mosh comes in. That's going to be a lot more damage for MVP Miracle. Blowing up, and Crazy Blooming just got like 20 HP from that Ancestral Healing.
Yep, and 4 dead from the standard combo of Mosh Pit into Kerrigan combo, plus all the grenades there. It felt like the Mosh Pit was actually a Zarya Graviton Surge from Overwatch. And this actually is a little bit more threatening on the keep with these Goatmen. They're just going to back off. They're going to play this completely safe. Dami's going to go solo Shrine. By the way, Dami, one of the best Kerrigans next to Rich. Sadly, we might never see that matchup again between the two melee assassin players, but Dami played great Kerrigan at the Summer Global Finals in Sweden. Gonna take that Shrine by himself. Just giving that little anecdote to you guys, because we don't really get to see Dami play Kerrigan that much in this meta, but we finally get to see it here.
Okay, we saw that combo twice, and it worries me that the shields actually cancel all that damage from coming in. I don't think that's gonna... Oh, look at this zoning out from that Expulsion Zone. H82 is caught. NMAX very low. Konkona, great body blocks coming in. Of course, it's Johanna. Can stall some time.
Okay, thought he might actually have to Falling Sword to get out. He does escape. 10 seconds for the next combo attempt. Can't believe I'm saying this, but 10 seconds to that Void, Nova, Falling Sword, Twilight Dream combo attempt. Hamlin's getting into position. Knows that Miracle's not too stacked up here, because they know that's what they're looking for. Even when they were stacked up, it didn't seem to matter too much, but it was only 2 that were caught in the Void Prison last time.
Yeah, Nova's clone actually gets that jump off the Punisher, also getting that CC off. And Johanna gets a lot of damage from the front line and does get blown up.
This combo can't work fully anymore now. Hamlin doing some harass. The Punisher will go down here. Expulsion Zone comes over as well here. Here we go. We're going to see if this is going to be enough damage. I don't think it's going to be even close. Not even close here. Ice Block used, Joju trying to survive, gets a Twilight Dream off at least, but I think Miracle now with 3 dead. This core will go down. They will take the series. Disappointing to me that Raven nearly had their first series win in this tournament, and they decided to take this route in the 5th and final game. Was see a mosh pit go off. The combo unsuccessful for Raven. MVP Miracle had probably one of their weirdest games of their career here. They take it, they take the win 3-2, and that is all she wrote for tonight's Sunday HGC Korea.
Yep, that is MVP Miracle, as they will have a 3-2 victory, as a little bit of an upset even after taking that win. Their series